And we're going back to Green Flag Racing. Thank you very much for telling us that, gentlemen. As we're on 35 minutes exactly, through goes Adrian Fernandez, leader of the race, to put the LMPC leader a lap back. And that, in fact, is the second place car at LMPC right there, with Kyle Marcelli, the brighter coloured car in that traffic. And there is the leading P2 car as well, with Frank Mayer. Lots of leaders at the front of the... leaders at the front. There's the GT battle as well there, Jeremy, and this is what this tends to do. All the leaders in class absolutely together, and the top three GTs with Flying Lizards taking that opportunity, as you said, to hold on to track position, now in second in the GT battle behind that 55 BMW of Dirk Werner.
Yes, we've got a BMW, a Porsche and a Ferrari that absolutely nose to tail to come on the back straight away here to begin what will be their 21st lap. But what a great job Kyle Marcelli has done once again for Intersport Racing. Started at the back of the field, already up to second place in LMP Challenge.
Now look behind those three GT cars. Is a very clever move there by Fred Makovic. He tries to get a little bit of a tour as Frank Mayer and the Signatec Nissan went by him. That is fourth and fifth. So in the top five we have four different manufacturers and five different teams, with Corvette battling Ferrari, Porsche and BMW. This is why we say don't do anything with GT. It's absolutely perfect, and in about half a lap's time we're going to have 5 cars, 20 wheels of solid GT action.
It's really cool to see two of the Oak Racing cars among the top 5 overall in the race. Admittedly, the two of them haven't made a pit stop, and all the other turbo diesels have, but it's still cool to see. But Adrian Fernandez there, he'll be enjoying himself at the front of this field. Of course, a great win for the 007 car a couple of weeks ago at Mazda Raceway in Laguna Seca.
Catching the number 60 Gulf Aston Martin. That car's been in and out of the pits a couple of times. Now the number 2 Audi seems to Christensen, and he's got a flat tyre. Look at that, and that's a bad one on the left front. Let's have a look to see what happens. Right in the top of the screen, coming through the traffic there. Oh yes, well, we've seen an Audi number 2 off there before and hitting the wall quite hard. Alan McNick, now was there, let's have a look as he comes through. It's one of the Lotus that he's right alongside. Oh my goodness me, it's Johnny Moorlam in the 65, and that was a big hit as Christensen put the car on the curb.
Okay, crew, nose change, nose change.
You hear on the radio the number 2 car is on pit lane. They are going to take this opportunity to go ahead and replace the bodywork as well. They're going to replace the nose. When they developed this R18, one of the things that they made sure to do was to make sure that they could easily get this bodywork off. We saw a little bit of a struggle there, though. That's because there is a lot of damage right in the area of one of the pins. So the nose going over the wall right now. Corvette Racing helping them out. It's a very tight pit lane. So right now Corvette's holding that Audi nose. New nose already on. Team clipping it into place. They are losing some time here, but it's better to happen early in the race than later. So the crew going hard at work right now to get Tom Christensen back out.
That nose has not gone on properly. The worry that you have when you have a big ding like that is one of the catches doesn't quite line up, and that was not very Audi, to be honest, as Christensen rejoins. Already had a bit of a whoopsie when he went out on cold tyres out of his first scheduled pit stop. Don't cross the blend line on the left, it's dotted there. Okay, Tom, on you go. Now this is where the accident happened, and he's got through there this time. He's very circumspect through there again. The temperatures would have dropped out now,
having gone off on his outlap on the, off the previous pit stop.
And this is very, very significant, particularly for the ILMC Championship. They ran the red light at the end of pit lane, and that means they've been given a stop. 23, 51 and 61 we're hearing will be stopped plus 60 seconds, and that is why the official is pulling the 51 AF Corsa car forward, because there's going to be 2 other cars sitting in behind him.
Yeah, 2 AF Corsa cars, 2 the 61 and the 51. Boy, that's a big mistake by the European team there. That is very strange that 2 teammates should make the same mistake of running that red light. The red light should be pretty apparent to the drivers.
It's not a thing to see very often in Europe with under the safety car rules. You normally come out the pits, and if you've got the pits are open, you just go. And I wonder if that's just slightly confused them.
Well, I tell you what, we've had some big problems here for some
big teams.
Pace setters, yeah, in all the different classes. That is absolutely amazing. But the LMP Challenge was here, the 06 car off the road, the Ferrari there making a stop and go penalty. the Audis.
Second, remember?
Yeah, absolutely. Been running fantastically well. On the pole too, it started.
Yeah, well, are we going to see a drive of epic proportions in terms of a drive back through the field by Jimmy Bruni and Giancarlo Fisichella? Here comes the AM version of that car, the 51, to do exactly the same thing.
61, that was leading the AM class certainly earlier on anyhow.
So 2 of the AF Corsa cars pulled over, and that is going to seem like an eternity. I'll just check my watch, says the Agnes. Yeah, it's Tiny Driver Rui, of course, been around Rob Kaufman and Michael Waltrip Racing for some time. Justin Bell drafted into that car for his first competitive drive in 3 years. And he's been doing decent. He's improved all the way through the week. Now let's go and have a look at the GTC model. That car isn't going anywhere for a little while. It's starting to tighten up at the front of the field. And remember, this is a championship that is very much still up for grabs. There is Tim Papas's Black Swan Racing number 54 with Jerome Bleekemolen at the wheel, driving effectively for his team boss here for the championship. And behind it, the number 66 is the TRG car, which, well, Jeremy, I never get tired of saying this because it's absolutely true. These challenge classes have been great entertainment all year, and you know, in this Porsche GTC class, I mean, how many times have we seen passes on the last lap for the lead of the class?
I think there were 3 races in a row we saw a pass on the lead on the final lap, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, it has been tremendous racing amongst these 5 or 6 teams really, but particularly Black Swan Racing and TRG. They've certainly been, you know, the major protagonists at the front of the field, but there's plenty of other contenders in there as well on their day.
I was talking with Duncan Indy in that number 66 TRG Porsche earlier this week, and he said we have to be flat out from the drop of the green flag. Even though it is a long race, we have nothing to lose here. Black Swan Racing, they have everything to lose. They're leading both in the championships, but for the guys in the 66, he said we're taking no prisoners and we're just going to go for it.
We talked to the guys at Black Swan earlier in the week, and they basically said, you know, we just want to keep on doing what we've been doing all year. Taking the foot off the gas is not necessarily the best thing to do. You want to keep on pushing and try to win from the front. If you try and set yourself a pace and drive to it, and maybe then the concentration's not there, that's when mistakes can possibly be made. And I actually think that's a pretty good idea. The Black Swan guys, Jeremy, have led from the front all year, and they've got a fantastic record. And to try and do anything now and be a bit clever, set yourself a pace to get to 70% of the 394 laps, the 1,000 miles here, that could be a complete recipe for disaster for them.
Yeah, you know, they know how to win a championship. They did exactly that 1 year ago, so you know, they're not going to do anything different. They're just going to run their race. They run as fast as they can, as they always do, and with 3 very good drivers in there. Whew, that car is moving around a lot there. It gives the Orica car behind him quite a display there, because Jerome Bleekemolen got that car really tweaked up going down through the S's there, and something didn't look quite right there.
Now there's Kyle Marcelli, and what a driving season this young man has had. He's leading the category now, and in second place was the previous leader when we started back off the restart, remember, just what, 5 or 6 laps ago, a few more than that now. Ryan Lewis in the 52 was leading, that's now turned around.
What a fantastic job.